And we are live! Thank you everyone for joining me on another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. We are now at the final guest for the day. Everybody, I would like you to give a warm welcome and virtual applause now and future virtual applause for the world's greatest pro wrestling manager, Joey Nuggs. Make sure to follow him on the YouTube channel. That is the Joey Nuggs Show. That plays every Sunday at 6 p.m. You can also join the Facebook group, Joey Nuggs Show. So make sure to go ahead and follow that. And let's welcome Joey Nuggs.
I appreciate you having me on. It looked like you saved the best for last on Friday night. The Fierce Friday Night with Joey Nuggs. Every Sunday at 6:05 Eastern.
Yes.
It's a throwback to the old school wrestling era. 6:05 Eastern on every Sunday. That was Baby Doll's actual great idea, and we ran with it.
Oh, wow. That's definitely the way to go. You know, just pick up that ball and go. So I'm all for it.
And I had a lot of people try to give me a hard time because they said, Joey Nuggs, Sunday's football day. Well, guess what? Once football ends, there ain't nothing on Sundays no more. And two, you have that lag time between the daytime, the day games, and the night games. So 6:05 is great. Get you something to eat and hit that button and watch the show.
Yeah. I mean, let's think about it. I mean, when the Super Bowl is, how long is it before you can even watch the game? You have 6 hours, so you can definitely squeeze in Joey Nuggs before the big game.
You can watch it a couple of times, rewind it, or watch some other episodes you missed.
It'll still be kickoff. You can watch it 4 times by the
time. Good energy to your show there. I like it.
Yeah.
And the man, Dan-A-Plooza, man, it's been a long time, brother. I met you way back in August before I got the corona. Boy, that COVID was rough, boy. I wouldn't give that to my worst nightmare.
No.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't pass that on to my worst enemy in the world. It's a nightmare. Woo, that was rough.
Exactly. I say it's something that gets me in a constant headlock and just puts me to sleep.
Oh, yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
By the grace of God, I'm still here, and I'm on your show. It's awesome.
Yes. Definitely. So when you decided to create your own YouTube show, had you watched any other YouTube shows or interviews, or did you just go into that like, I'm going to make my show? Did you do any research beforehand?
No, I actually did research, and it was funny.
Okay.
I tried to reach out to other people that, quote, were in the podcast business years before me. But when I was like, well, hey, they bring up this idea, and what about this? And they were like, look, I'll help you with your show. I'll help you make the frame that goes around your podcast and the whole nine. But don't tell me how to do my show, because if I start doing what they're doing, then I'm doing it their way, not my way. I'm like, well, they've got 3 million hits on their channel, so I mean, I don't drop names, unless they're throwing something at me. But I was like, other people, they're doing it with more popularity than we're doing it. Why won't we at least see what they have to say about it?
Exactly. I feel like he was very much my way or the highway. He was very Fred Durst, Limp Bizkit. Rolling.
That's all right. I'm not going to drop his name because I don't do that, but I can tell you this much. Within the first 5 episodes that I had, I discovered that he had deleted me as a friend. I guess after he did 100 episodes and I had bigger names in 5 than he had in 100.
Oh, man.
And this guy's retired more than Jay-Z and than you can imagine.
So basically, he pulled a John Cena. You can't see him anymore.
You can't see him. Now, he'll be back next week. You just won't. He'll come back new and improved, but it'll still be the same stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not putting anyone down in the podcast game because everyone's got their dream and they're chasing it, but. Exactly. I mean, try to have some kind of reality. What are you really trying to achieve with your podcast?
Definitely.
I try to bring some kind of positivity and something to balance off, because there's a bunch of BS in the world right now, so we need some positivity. Yeah. Like when I interviewed Caprice Coleman, I had the opportunity. I could have brought up the CM Punk. Why? Everybody already heard it. I didn't want to bring that up. I had a man of God, a minister on there.
Yes,
one of the best speakers in the game today. That's on Ring of Honor, NWA, and
multi-talented.
Of course, and then, So he's also working at EAW. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why am I going to bring up negativity? Don't need to be. I don't bring up negativity.
Definitely.
Yeah, keep it positive.
For sure.
You got any questions for me? You just want me to wing it or what? You want me to tell you my history, my favorite color, my favorite car to drive? Magenta is my favorite color. I don't even know what magenta is. I'm just playing. Magenta.
It's like pink that fell into purple.
That sounds good to me. Keep it pimping. My favorite color is magenta.
Yeah. I'll tell you, my car it's like a rag like burgundy, and when I bought it from the dealer, he was like, "It's cinnamon." I go, well, "That sounds like a stripper name. Like I don't want my car to be referred to as stripper, you know." So I was like, "We're just gonna call it bronze," and he's like, "Well, that's kind of." I go, "It's bronze. That's what we're putting on the paper." And
bronze sounds good to me. Run with it.
Exactly. So, do you think like in the future, while you keep doing this podcast, is there like a dream guest that you would like to have on your show?
No, not really. I mean, because as it goes along, I mean, as popularity grows, hopefully. Oh
yeah.
I mean, honestly, I've been blessed so far. I mean, I've had a string of great guests so far on my podcast show, and and I think it's because all these people I reach out to, they know that I love the business. They know I have a nothing but respect for the business. And a lot of the people, even though I've never met them in person, you know, that I've had a great rapport, or even over the internet, or done shows with them in the past, it's easy to reach out to them because they know that I'm going to keep the business in a positive mind state. I'm not one of those people that wants to talk bad about the business with sour grapes. If you hated it so much, you should have got out of it before you even got into it. I love pro wrestling. I'm one of those people that work in the business, and I think the reason I'm so good as a manager and a performer in pro wrestling is because I never lost aspect of what the fans like to see.
Definitely.
If I say to myself, if I was sitting in that front row, what would make me say, "Wow, I hate that guy. Wow, dare he did that."
Yes.
Yep. There's a famous quote in pro wrestling. It was quoted by Johnny Valentine, which is Greg the Hammer Valentine's real father. His quote, it was, "I can't make you believe pro wrestling is real, but I can make you believe that I am."
Yes.
And I remember that every time before I hit that curtain.
Definitely. Yeah, I would definitely. There's some people that I think like I would like to see you interview down the road. Just people that I like, and I feel like you would do really well with. One I think you would do really well with is Kurt Angle.
Yeah, he might want money though.
Yeah, he may want money, but
so far with all these people, then I'm wearing out my friend list. I'm not, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, you're asking for big favors when you're trying to find time for people out of their busy schedule, people that fly all over the world in pro wrestling or entertainment business, to find a little bit of niche out of their time to do an hour interview with you.
Definitely.
Yeah. I've been blessed though. I've had Baby Doll, which of course was the manager of the Four Horsemen, Ric Flair, Tully Blanchard. List goes on and on. Honestly, and she even managed Dusty Rhodes for a while as too.
Yep,
on that
the
level.
Road Warriors, I want to say too.
I've had Sunny as from well Glow. As from Glow, as well as Grimlina from Glow.
Yeah.
I've had of course Caprice Coleman. I had Craig Veltri. He's a Nashville recording artist that sings his own songs and writes his own songs. He was phenomenal. He did an interview, and then he came back for another time and sang an original song called
very
Fallen.
Cool.
Oh yeah, you could find all this on there, you know. And I got some great things coming up. I'm not the type of person that likes to announce everything that's coming up. I like to have people be surprised. It's like for me, it should be like pro wrestling. I can let you know when the date's going to be coming up every Sunday at 6:05, but you're going to find out that week. Wow, Joey Nuggs has this person on the show this week.
Oh yeah,
like this week coming up 6:05. I've got Kelly Slaughter. They call her Slaughter Daughter, the real life daughter of Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and she's phenomenal. Oh yeah, she does these triathlon races, and she went from being like a big. To be a full figure lady to be like a muscle bulked out chick, and she's they call her the badass, and she is the badass Slaughter daughter.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, she's got the Slaughter daughter. She's got her own. She's got her own. Going out on YouTube as well as Slaughter daughter, and she also has Slaughterhouse that she does with her father, Sergeant Slaughter, and they have a whole cast of people from all over the world. They got this one guy they're doing a fundraiser for over in UK, and they're trying to get him to come to the United States because she wants to kick his butt in a triathlon.
Oh my goodness!
That
sounds awesome.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's just because I would like to see you just. I mean, I think you're doing great. I just think highly of you, and I feel like you could do really well with lots of things.
Well, I mean, I'm blessed. I'm calling in my favors, and people are being receptive. I've also discovered it's the approach when you talk to people.
Definitely.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, even when I interview people, I can't be the asshole Joey Nuggs that people hate.
Yeah.
Because if they did, no one want to talk to me.
Yeah.
So I got to play this kind of the medium bounds between, and I know people are probably shocked, the fans are watching and say, damn, Joey Nuggs is actually treating this guy nice. He's not yelling at him. But if I brought Caprice Coleman on, AEW, Ring of Honor, NWA, wrestler and announcer, and I was like, look at here, Caprice, and he'd be like, chink, next. Thanks for wasting my time, Joey Nuggs. Yeah. Caprice Coleman has left the building.
But so I definitely feel like the sky's the limit for you, brother. So definitely keep moving on and keep doing what you're doing. Okay.
It's funny. I'm tweaking as I'm going along. They call this here. It's called the man cave.
Yes.
This is what I have set up. It's called the man cave, and the reason it got called the man cave is when I did the interview with Sunny at the beginning when I was introducing her, I was like, "Welcome to the man cave, aka Nuggs Land."
Yeah.
Well, next thing you know, I'm trying to book another up and coming Glow wrestler, which I won't say her name because I don't like to leave the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
But she told me because I can't wait. She goes to do interview with you in the man cave.
Oh yes,
she actually watched it. I was like, "Wow!" Grimlina gave me the thumbs up and told everybody in all the Glow girls, gorgeous ladies of wrestling, that Joey Nuggs show is the one to be on. She gave me her seal of approval. I was like, "How cool is this?"
Yes.
Oh yeah, her story by itself is awesome. She was a huge wrestling fan. She drove with a friend from Baltimore. All the way to Louisiana, and the woman she was with was the one that was auditioning for Glow.
Oh,
and
wow.
She showed up. She's tired. This girl she's with, and they already finished auditions for the girls. And she was like, "Look, we got in a car from Baltimore and drove all the way here so my friend could be looked at. Damn it, you can look at her." And it was like, "Okay, we'll take time and looking at her." And next thing you know, it was Matt Simber and I forget the guy's name who was actually the owner. Yeah. He was there, and he looked at Gremlina and said, "You're too ugly for Glow." She said, "What? Go fuck yourself." And gave him out the finger. Oh, yeah, she gave him hell. And she goes to storm him off, and they say, Matt Simber said, "Stop. I want you."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she said she got drug along for weeks. She kept going to training, learned how to wrestle, do everything. Nanishka was her trainer. Nanishka's I think she was third season. Nanishka was still there. Nanishka was hard on the girl. She whooped them in shape. Oh yeah. So she said she got sick and tired. She walked up to Matt Simber. She goes, "For last time, I got to ask you, who am I?" She goes,
"Yes."
"What do you mean? Who am I?" He goes, "You haven't told me what my name's going to be." "No, I don't know nothing."
My character, yeah.
Yeah. She says, "You're Gremlina," and she said, "What the hell's a Gremlina?" He goes, "Well, at the time in the 80s, he goes, the most popular movie in America right now is The Gremlins." Yeah. She goes, "Go look up the Gremlins." So she went home. She found a VHS tape, she said, and she played The Gremlins. And she's looking at him. She goes, "I ain't no mugwai."
No Gizmo.
I'm more a Gizmo.
Yeah.
And she realized what Gizmo. And then she said she went back there and Roxy Astor was doing the girl's hair, and she says, "Whatever you do," she goes, "Do not give me the stripe look."
Yeah.
So she fell asleep in a chair. She woke up, and guess what? She had the stripe.
Yeah.
Talk about a great story, and the rest is history. Yeah. Oh yeah, I loved it. Oh yeah, it's just entertaining to hear her stories. I was like,
Definitely.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I watched it, and I definitely encourage anybody, if they haven't watched it, to go check it out on Joey Nuggs Show on YouTube. So you can always get the latest replays. So.
Yep, I just actually bought JoeyNuggsShow.com and JoeyNuggsShow.net. I got to get a website designer. I'm not trying to go the cheap route. I want to actually get a decent looking website designer. But I'm going to have a real time blog on there that I can update with everything that's going on in the world of Joey Nuggs Show, as well as wrestling videos or everything else I want to put up on the blog.
Make it platinum.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm also getting it set up a page on it that I can sell sponsorship packages.
Awesome.
Try to offset some of the cost of doing this podcast. Don't get me wrong. I don't ever think I'm going to be on one of those levels of the billionaire YouTube celebrities, but if I could figure out enough to help offset some of the cost, I'd be a happy camper at this end.
Definitely.
Yeah, I spent thousands of dollars just buying a computer, camera, microphones, and everything.
Definitely. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and by the way, this is the reason I bought the Samsung microphone that I have. Mm-hmm. They said right out, until you get to the point where you're on the PewDiePie level, they said the Samsung microphone works great.
Awesome. That's great.
So Samson, if you want to sponsor Joey Nuggs, I'd love to be a sponsor. So that's a Samson right there. I'm showing the brand on purpose.
Yes,
Hope they see it.
Yes. And eventually you can have a close up of it. Sponsor now.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the way to do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So are you looking forward to the season that we are now in Halloween, or?
Oh yeah, definitely. But you see the gold one is part of the Joey Nuggs colors. I was actually going to go and put the orange. They call this the clown nose. That's what goes over his pick guard. Yeah, so I got an orange one. So I was actually going to put that on. Oh yeah, I got a red one, a green one.
Oh, yeah.
I even got a pink one. People are like, why would you put pink on? Because I actually put it on, but I don't like the way it looks. Yeah. Pink is the color for breast cancer awareness.
Cancer awareness. I was going to say that.
And it's October, of course. So I thought about rocking that, but I had nothing pink on, so it didn't match. So
yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I ahead.
Oh yeah, I got a bunch of them. I got a whole bunch of them. Look at this. I got green ones, purple ones, red ones, black ones. Oh yeah, they call them clown noses because that's what they look like, a clown nose. That's what it's actually called, a clown nose. Yeah, I'm doing all kinds of things. I got a Joey Nuggs Show flag coming up that's horizontal instead of vertical. I got that ordered, and I got they call it a mic flag, one of the squares that's got your logo around all four sides with the Joey Nuggs logo coming on. I got that coming up. I've got it on order. Oh yeah, I got custom stuff. I ain't trying to make it myself. I'm not that thrifty as a wrestling manager.
Yeah.
You can give me a location. I can GPS it, and I can usually find someplace to get a greasy burger on the way and get back home. The rest of that, I'm not trying to say that I'm a graphics design artist. I make websites and all that. No. Yeah. Do the right thing, spend the money, throw out a couple of fazoos, and get it done professional. Because if not, you'll be pulling your hair out for months talking about it just doesn't look right. You know why it doesn't look right? Because you cheaped out on it, you son of a gun.
When you were saying clown noses, I immediately thought of it, because you said the clown nose in Halloween. So I was like, just don't say anybody's floating, Joey.
I feel like going down inside the sewer with this on my nose and saying, you got any candy, kid?
You want your boat back?
The green one. Does the green one look like the Jolly Green Giant?
Green
Giant.
Green Giant.
I don't know what the orange one looks like. I don't know what that one's gonna look like. Okay, enough of that. I'm not filling up time. I'm going with what I got to work with here.
Exactly. But do you enjoy like any kind of like the horror movies and all the festivities that is October right now?
Oh yeah, I love Halloween. I'm the type of person that likes to look at Halloween flicks and scary movies year round. Oh yeah. My mother used to say, "You're gonna get scared before you go to bed. You're gonna have nightmares." I was like, yeah, that's what I want, Mom. Yes. Nightmares. Yeah. I want Freddy Krueger to chase me. I didn't have enough of the movie.
I actually watched recently interview with one of the actors from Halloween. And he was talking about how they ran out of money to pay the guy for music for the movie Halloween. And John Carpenter decided to work with his dad, and that's how they came up with that epic score for the movie Halloween and Michael Myers, when, you know, it's got that certain beat playing, you know, on the for the movie. So I always find those things like interesting, you know, when it's like cost saving.
Oh yeah, and it was something simple that they didn't have to pay anyone any kind of royalties for.
No,
smart move.
Definitely.
Yeah, like my entrance song that I made sure that I am not trying to do anything to make YouTube upset and break any copyright infringement. So I went to the YouTube library and I found the song that I use for an intro song, because I'm trying my hardest not to make YouTube upset. So because I'm good at making people mad. I insult people when I'm not even working hard on it. So I figured, let me watch my step as much as I can. So
I feel like somebody could ask, like, Siri, does Joey Nuggs make people upset? Yes. You know, like, it would just be like the little robot, the Siri thing. Like,
oh,
it's just common knowledge.
Who makes people upset? Joey Nuggs makes people upset.
Thank you, Siri. I did not know that.
Who's the first to get kicked out of a Waffle House? Joey Nuggs is the first to get kicked out of a Waffle House.
One result.
Shut up, Siri. You talk too much.
Yeah. One result. Joey Nuggs, go away.
Does your battery ever die on your Siri?
Exactly.
Back in the day, we used to call it snitching, and now they call it Siri.
Yeah, Siri. Yeah. There's a funny one where they had the guys from SNL and they had Siri, and basically they had the Bears fans and they had Brett Favre. And basically they would ask Siri stuff favoring the Bears, and it would lie about the Packers stats. Like on purpose, just to cause friction. And eventually they chucked that Siri the Packers.
Siri, are the Bears the best football team? Yes, and the Packers, they stink.
Yes. They're like, what is it when it's an interception when the Bears throw it? They're like, the Bears never throw an interception. It is what Brett Favre throws.
That's good stuff. You mean Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Cross-reference.
Yeah. And they're like, what is the name of the trophy, you know, for the Super Bowl, you know, instead of the Lombardi, you know? What is the trophy that the Bears won? They're like, do you mean Papa Bear Halas? You know, so they're referring to the Bears, and like they changed the name of the trophy, and
that's awesome.
So it's definitely fun. I enjoyed it. So, do you have like a favorite childhood memory from Halloween?
Yeah, I did. My one was I was smart, you know. Even as a kid, I was a hustler. Yeah. I used to keep one of those little golf pencils at the bottom of the bag, you know, the little tiny ones.
Yeah.
And I'd have the paper bag, and anytime I'd come up on a good one, and they give you some good candy. There was this one old man, he wouldn't give candy out because he was scared of that dropping the candy in with the razor blade nonsense they always pick. He had a roll of quarters, and he would drop a quarter in. Clunk. I was like, what was that? He said it dropped a quarter. So I'd I'd go to the next house and pull out my golf pencil and write his address in. Then on the way back, we would swap, me and all my friends would swap
swap costumes.
And he'd come knocking on the door, trick or treat, and he was like, weren't you here earlier? No, that wasn't us. Yeah, man, I do recognize your voice. No, it wasn't me. Oh, I'm sorry. And he dropped another quarter in. Man, I got 50 cents. One go in a quarter. Back in my day, 50 cents was a lot of money. Yeah, you go get a Coolie Pop, a big one of those big dill pickles
Ring
at
pop.
the store. Yeah, bag of chips. That was before they have all these security cameras now. They make it hard on them.
Everything's changed. It's like now $1.15 in the vending machine or $1.35, and
yeah. Back in my day, I can remember you could actually make a phone call with a dime.
Yes.
Yeah, I was a little kid then, little kid.
Little Nuggs.
Little Nuggs. Then it went to a quarter, and I was like, man, a quarter? That's a lot for a mug. Oh yeah, and then look at the kids now. They don't even know what it's like to use a pay phone.
Yeah, they get They're like, what? I don't tweet? What? Where's the Snapchat? What?
You mean you paid your cell phone bill. I went and seen Verizon.
There's no followers
on
Verizon,
this. If you'd like to sponsor me, feel free to contact the Joey Nuggs Show, Verizon. Yeah. I'm looking for a big sponsor. I'll end up getting Earl's used tires.
Yes.
You need tires, call Earl.
A tire is always needed for every ride. Call me.
Never be tired with Earl's used tires.
Exactly.
See, I already have the whole. If there's an Earl's used tire out there, contact the show.
I can tell you, when my friends and I, when we were kids, we would dress up, and like my cousin, he was Hulk Hogan, and like at some point I was like the Ultimate Warrior, and that was like for us for like Halloween, where you got like cool the face costumes. Mask, and
yeah, you can have cool costumes. My dad had this huge box that he kept up in the attic, and they were like costumes from like 1965. They were like plastic ones that it was supposed to be. One was supposed to be the devil, and it was ripped at the bottom because it was plastic, so it hung up like this.
Is that an angle?
Oh yeah. He had different ones, yeah. And then he had a couple that were rubber masks, but my big brother thought it was a great idea to take a lipstick and paint his face all red. So he wore. Then he wore the mask over top, but then he'd get hot and pull it off. So after pulling this off and on for a Halloween, many Halloweens ago, when you put it on, you got lipstick all over your face too.
Oh my goodness. Crazy.
I just remember these things. Also remember my mom I'd put together one of the coolest Halloween costumes. And I lived in central Pennsylvania where it was cold in October. Especially the end of October, beginning of November. Yes. Oh, yeah, she'd make you put on a winter coat. I'm like, Mom, I can't put a winter coat on over top of my Halloween costume. It ain't going to look right.
Yeah.
She goes, well, they're going to have to figure out what your Halloween costume is because you got to go to school in the morning and you can't have pneumonia.
Yeah.
I don't know why. If you was a little kid, everything gave you pneumonia, but I thought pneumonia was something that you cleaned the floors with, but then I learned it was different when I got older in life. They said, no, that's ammonia. I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was a city near Scranton, Pennsylvania. Ammonia, Pennsylvania.
Population 22.
Oh, yeah.
I went rollerblading when I was for Halloween one year. I went rollerblading, and I went from house to house. Because my friends and I, when we were little kids, we watched the Mighty Ducks movie, so we all had Mighty Ducks jerseys, and we went through there. And it was also good because then we had sticks, so if anybody would mess with you, you had something to defend yourself.
we weren't rich growing up. We had to make our own costumes, so I had to go raid my dad's closet, get his old big flannel shirt, get a box. Get a cardboard box and over it and put it on. Put the flannel shirt over it, and I don't know why. He goes, "No, you got big broad shoulders." I said, "No, I got big square box shoulders." He goes, "No, I got to get through a day." Okay, I walked around. I was like, "What's wrong with that kid? He got scoliosis or something."
He's with the fashion, with the box trend shoulders. Maybe he's a boxer, and he's just gonna...
I was a boxer. Before Mike Tyson was ever thought of, I used to box.
You're like, that's my gimmick. You owe me some...
money. I used to box oranges down at the produce company, and then I got the box and I had big broad shoulders for Halloween.
I'm undefeated. I retired, too.
Heck yeah.
So, before we wrap up Dan-A-Plooza, anything else you want to promote, Joey?
Yeah, everybody go out to a pro wrestling show near you.
Yeah.
Also make sure if you have a chance, go to the Joey Nuggs Show. It's JoeyNuggsShow. Joey Nuggs Show. You can find it. I'm on Twitch. I'm also on YouTube, and I'm streaming to Rumble. But no one cares about Rumble. I mean, they call it Rumble, but it really doesn't rumble. It's more like Flintstones.
Yabba dabba doo.
The main one always search the YouTube. That's the one I'm trying to get off the ground. I mean, it's rough.
Definitely.
I think I got like 64 subscribers, and I got superstar guests on the show. Something don't balance out, so eventually it's got to catch up.
Yep. It'll run the marathon, but everybody will finish.
But I'm having a great time, and I thank everybody in the podcast community. And I thank all the recording artists as well as pro wrestlers and everybody that so far has been taking the journey along with Joey Nuggs.
Definitely.
It's been a lot of fun. Thanks a lot, Dan, for having me on your show. Dan-A-Plooza is a great podcast. So you people out there, check out his show. Come on, definitely be a good guest. He's an upstanding guy. He's a stand-up guy. He's got a good heart, and he's trying to be positive and put on a good show.
Definitely. So everyone keep supporting Dan-A-Plooza. I'd like to thank my guest, the world's greatest pro wrestling manager, Joey Nuggs, for being on my show.
Feel free to PayPal me for that big endorsement I just gave you.
Yeah. I'll do it in layaway, so you'll get it in little payments.
I'll get it like I got last year for Christmas. I closed my eyes and I dreamt and nothing showed up. My mom used to say it's because we had a small chimney. That's why we never got enough for Christmas. I was like, no, it's because Dad won't work overtime, that drunken bum.
Yeah. So I'd like to thank Joey Nuggs for being on my show. Check out his show. Dan-A-Plooza will be back next week with singer-songwriter Destiny Beard. Yeah. On Thursday, at 8. And then we'll have actress Ilaska Han, who's been in the movie Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. So we'll talk about that. Wow. So
I need to get your booking list. Who's your booker? Are you handling all yourself? You're doing a great job.
Me, I'm my own booker.
Also, I saw coming up. You got the Cabbage Patch Queen coming on.
The Garbage Pail Queen. Yes.
Yeah. I've been watching her videos. She's adorable.
Yes.
I like her.
The Garbage Pail Queen. Yes.
Yeah, Garbage Pail Queen.
She's amazing. We also have a comic book panel coming up, so people can look forward to that.
Word.
And then we're going to also have a cosplay panel as well, so Halloween comes early to Dan-A-Plooza.
That's awesome. Yeah, that got some beautiful ladies in cosplay. I like cosplay.
Yeah, me as well, so you know.
Oh, yeah, you'll look good. What kind of costume you going to put on? You're not going to let it out the bag yet.
Yeah, I'm not going to let it out yet.
Yeah, be a surprise for the people. Tune in to see what Dan's going to wear around a bunch of hot cosplay girls.
Yep.
Hey, that sounds great on the next Geraldo.
Yep. It does. Everyone, take care. Have a good night. And thanks for supporting Dan-A-Plooza and Joey Nuggs.
Peace out.